To the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Running one fly deep for... And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 38 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Left!
Again, it's counter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
Roethlisberger now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They run with Edmonds, and there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game, really at the point of attack. The offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now Roethlisberger, throw left side, taken in by Washington. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point now by Boswell. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McDonald. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now it's Connor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, that's Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And if the Steelers can convert the extra point, they will have the lead. And now the kick is blocked. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Good. We're going to 53. What do you think?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then against the Eagles.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this battle.
He's going to go down again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Here we go. Wide, hey. Waiting, take.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And some room to maneuver. Wide open, Amari Cooper. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Three down. Here we go. Wide, hey. Waiting, take.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 53 yards. And the Cowboys have broken the tie.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Malik Collins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And the Steelers on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey,
They'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Snickers, you got to spin.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jalen Smith in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Now, how about that? Rattled by a big play on the previous snap, they bounce back, and that's exactly what they needed defensively, getting a big play of their own.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Monday.
Back to throw. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain of 32 that time. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Snickers, 66.
Here's Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Samuels with time running out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Here we go. 198. Here we go. 46. Switch. Switch and egg. Under. 26.
Prescott. Buying time to his left. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Here we go. 180.
Here's Prescott. Shakes off the set, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
41's the will.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Gun. 46. 26.
Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Prescott now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 26.
The give is to Elliott. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Here we go. Switch. 26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
Hey, switch. Watch 98. Here we go. 46. 26.
Prescott now on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. Explosion plays always break the back of a defense, and overtime to put him in the red zone, that was huge.
I like your description there because when you get an explosion play, now people are really scrambling on defense. Now they're looking to each other. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make a play? Offensive guys have the momentum. Now they're in the red zone. They've got to be thinking attack, trying to get it into the end zone.
Joe Hayden there to bring him down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Here's Prescott being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 48. Here we go. 46. 26.
Here's Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. 47. Go. Get out there. Here you go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 180.
Now Prescott. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. Now remember, this one is not over. But with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive, they're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now what can Roethlisberger do here in overtime? Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A huge play there in overtime. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Set! Like 80! Gotta go. Double bump. Hurry up, let's go!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked off Byron Jones. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with an interception. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we